Okay. This is Greylock. So we're gonna watch this. So, as you can see, I've watched like the first part, which is literally like a minute long. Alright, I'm gonna turn the audio up for you. Tape 1. I'm so ready. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System was offline for time code 0106. Contact technician for assistance. Welcome to Simuldyne USA Enhanced Access Operations.
I don't remember.
Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized.
Oh god.
Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GBS.
Did it say search you? Wait, let's go back a little bit.
What to do?
Touch you or search you?
What would you like to do?
Touch you.
Accessing archival storage form, GBS. Data extraction.
Fatal
initiated.
something. Oh, stop it.
Data extraction, 10% complete.
Eel, stop please.
Data extraction, 4% complete.
Oh god.
Data extraction complete. All data extracted to error, no.
Oh, Eel, don't dehydrate. Okay, so nervous. Okay. Let's just
When men pursue evil, it is evil that they will find. Mark my words, there is
When men pursue evil, there's evil that they will find.
no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let me read to you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this at length in a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said, quote, "Our adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring, may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us. We are
Good.
not to
Yes.
enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear."
I thought I saw something in the background, but I don't think so. So he's just okay, so someone's just driving. This is why I love analog horror. It's very like 1990s, 1980s-esque, probably 1990s-esque with like the video cameras, and I grew up, my dad always had the video camera. And we still have it. We have a whole bunch of recordings from when I and all of my siblings were young. We used to pretend to be like ninjas and superheroes and fight with sticks, which is super dangerous. One of my siblings actually went to the ER with a stick in his eye. So yeah. Scary looking emotes. Oh god. Okay, what are we looking at? Okay. But it oh my god. I got goosebumps. Yeah, so I have all of that from when I was a kid. Run around being fucking crazy. Oh, I think that's blood. Trigger warning. It's ghost blood. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what they're. Oh god, I don't know what they're looking for. Okay, can anybody translate? A Spiritu Santi. I don't know what they're saying. Are there any children in here watching? God, I hope not. If there are, hide under your blankets tonight or under your bed. There's probably something in the closet watching you. In fact, I'm pretty sure there always was when I was a child, so there probably is right now. Also, don't look outside your window. I'm serious. Espiritu Santi? Jesus. Okay, I thought he said something about a burger bun. Does anyone know what he's saying? Like, I know you probably hate me going back, but I'm gonna do it. Something about an animal. Stress noise. Oh god. Oh, something about staying anonymous? Oh god. Oh, it's so stress. Yikes. Okay, alright. Okay, so it's showing that looks um like a hunting cam, and then it clips to the same tree without the hunting cam. Oh, I hate the voices. That's so
When we
creepy.
will come sexual immorality,
Oh
theft,
god.
false witness,
Dear Lord.
slander.
Not slander.
There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves. The devil is gonna call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
Oh.
It is that he bestows upon you.
Go fuck no. Oh fuck no, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so stressed. Um, legitimately, I have tears in my eyes, but like being alone in a car at night in the darkness like that and hearing something like that. Oh, 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 I gotta pull down my shirt. I gotta like cover myself. I'm so scared. Oh no. Just get the hell out of Dodge. Go, go, go. Oh. Ah. Ugh. What is that? Oh my god. Okay, that one got me. The knock on the door or the like bang on the top. Oh, boys. That is not the one. That is not the one.
Greetings, and welcome to the Preconditional Protocols and Orientation video system provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with
Project Stargate. What the fuck? I was not expecting Stargate. Okay.
Simiodyne USA.
Simiodyne. And okay, what is it with like old ass things being dyne? Something dyne. Simiodyne. Like it seems like dyne is like what does it mean? Why is it at the end of a lot of these old like
Of
titles?
all of us here at Unit 13,
What does
congratulations
dyne
on your
mean?
selection as one of our testing candidates. You likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to answer them all.
Oh, we have so many questions. Like first of all, who's the person driving in the middle of the woods? Are they alive? Something knocked on their door, on their car door, which is a hell no from me. Like, what's happening? What's going on?
First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're
Context. Uh-huh.
doing at
That's
Unit
helpful. Thanks,
13.
Mo.
We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being
Good.
a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 studies a revolutionary and promising area of parapsychology.
Parapsychology.
Thought forms.
Okay.
If
Thought
you're
forms.
unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are
Does anybody here know what a thought form is?
thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is
Like talpa. Wait, what's a talpa? Vivid says talpa in the chat. I
sometimes
don't know what that
referred to
is.
as a tulpa, otherwise
Oh,
known as a thought form.
what the helly? What the heliante? Oh my god. Did you Okay, Vivid, you have a lot of explaining to do. Are you making this? Are you creating this right now? As Is this video a Vivid thought form? Oh my god, Vivid, let us know if this is literally your thought form. That's crazy.
A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized
Okay.
state into a semi-physical
Well, now we know.
form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity. Thought forms are also able to be
Wait. So a thought form is its own entity? Wait, okay. I know they said it was like created from our thoughts.
psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient
Okay, so this is something I've talked about previously, right? So people talk about ghosts, they talk about like energies and things like that. And my friend and I were both like, well, I don't know if I believe in ghosts. I don't know if I believe in like actual like demonic presence, etc. But what if, right? I mean, they could be true. I don't know. But like, what if instead it's like what we put into the universe, we manifest, right? What if it's just a cool idea. I don't know if I believe in it, right? It's just like we're pontificating, right? We're going back and forth. So what if you create something, the more that you think about it, the more that you envision it, or the more that you're afraid of something, the more you manifest it into reality? What if this is what they're talking about? That idea, that philosophical idea that we can, talk about and think about and wonder about that we don't know for sure, but what if it is? What if it's like if you're in a room, like let's say you're in the basement and you're afraid of the dark, and the only light switch is at the bottom of the staircase. And so, as you're leaving the basement, you have to turn off the light and then walk up the stairs. So, you always run up the stairs because you're sure there's something down there watching you as you go up them. What if, because of that fear, you have created a being that now dwells in your basement and genuinely watches you from the dark depths? The minute you turn off the light switch, they manifest into reality. And there they are, waiting for you to miss one step so they can grab your ankles and trip you down the stairs and suck you into the darkness. That would be so fucking cool, right? Oh, what if? What if?
entity. Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by
Oh,
third parties, and are not limited solely to the person who developed them.
oh,
Thought forms have been formed to serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them. According to Keith Richard,
oh,
thought
I love
forms
shit
can
like
be
this.
intentionally formed by a single person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a
Count me
considerably
spooked.
heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness.
So when they're emotional or overly stimulated, then the thought form becomes. See, this is pure terror, in my opinion. Because the minute that you become afraid of an idea, or you're just like, oh shit, that could be real, that's when it's more likely to manifest. Because you're like in a heightened state already. Like, what if you're in a survival situation and you're immediately like, oh shit, like, what if there are ghosts on this, fucking freighter that I found myself on? And then boom, they're there and they're ready to steal all your riches. you know?
Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At this phase, thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or through EVP sessions, while the thought form may respond through moving objects, manipulating, or even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarities, a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintended.
That's fucking cool. You know, you can manifest them into being. So yeah, I like the idea that they're putting forth that maybe instead of it being that person's energy, it's their thought form that they left behind. Almost like with a, the old film where it's a flash of light to capture an instant, and it like automatically like puts it onto this sheet of paper or whatever you're putting it onto, usually like actual rolls of film. But like, what if it's like that? It's like capturing that moment of your fear, that idea that you had in your mind, or whatever it is, a heightened emotion, be it. And that's a thought form, an entity that is now real because you conjured it up. That's so fucking
Intentionally
cool.
created by those individuals that
Are
the
you not
deceased has left
entertained?
behind, who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional states,
Sorry,
where their mental
gotta get my chapstick.
capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In other words, as these are the ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as more time and energy is invested
Cool.
into the development of the thought form, they begin to harness more influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and, in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in.
So this is Unit 13. Just shitting myself with the basement thing you were talking about. No sleeping tonight. Hey, I don't have a basement. So, I, the perks of living in an apartment. For now. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Unit 13 just so happens to be 13 people. I wonder what they did. It's a property of the U.S. Department of the Army. So this is like a. Do you think that they were sending this out for the public, or was this more of introductory an introductory video for the unit itself? Like as they recruited people, they were like, "Here, let's give them a little bit of background into what the fuck their job's going to be."
We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe? Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of developmental training. So, Project Stargate has enlisted
That makes sense because it sounds like if in their idea a thought form is something conjured out of actual like genuine pure terror or genuine heightened emotion. So if you were trying to create a thought form, that would be kind of hard because you'd be actively knowing it wasn't real. You know what I mean? So these people know that, like that how they come about, or at least they're speculating, let's say, how thought forms come about. And so for them, it's not genuine terror. They're like, "Oh, we want to create this thing, so let's try and do it." It's more of a scientific research thing, so they're not afraid. But someone who's like genuinely terrified of running up their stairs is like, "That fucking thing could happen to me. I'm going to be, you know, sucked into the abyss tonight." So and it's just like it's a human experience, it's a raw human emotion. And so yeah, I guess that makes sense if they wouldn't be able to conjure it you know intentionally.
world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human consciousness, with cutting-edge technology and engineering methods, we've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thought Form Manifester. The Thought Form Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thought form entities from the minds of select, willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thought forms can appear in virtually any configuration. They could look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers, as thought form
So they have thought form chambers. Again, it's probably very difficult. Like they said, it was really hard to do it. Let's go back just slightly.
That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers.
So I'm assuming the thought form chambers are chambers where people have already created thought forms and left them there.
As thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however. All thought forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening
Okay, why did it glitch out when it said are docile by nature? Like, so they're not docile? I mean, I would assume they're probably not by nature. I like how they say that, but then of course they were like, oh, it's a heightened emotion that brings them about.
manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact, they pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the thought form manifester is completed, your thought form will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber. Thought
Okay.
forms are unable to pass through the barrier of
I have a feeling something went terribly wrong with this experiment. Are you guys with me? What the fuck? So they put them in a secure chamber. How do they know what's secure? Like it sounds like this is a very precursory study where they don't really know what they're talking about. I mean, that could be because it's analog, so of course everything seems precursory to me because, you know, it's ancient. But like, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
will
Let's
not
watch.
be capable of causing you any issues.
I'm sure.
There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild
Oh, God.
hallucinations. These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. Recommend that you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects. None of these side effects should cause you any alarm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all of that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation with Unit 13.
Okay, so
and
it
your
is.
time in the thought form
So this is not for the public. This is for Unit 13. It's a way to like let people know what's going on and what to prepare for.
manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality
I'm sure that'll
results.
be next.
Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious. Now, this is the end of this tape.
Okay. Tape 4. Unexpected visitors. Oh no. Oh no. Prepare yourselves. That's creepy already. I'm pretty sure it's just a clock or something, but oh, hell no. Just kidding. Did that move? Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm so glad you guys are here with me, but also fuck. That's a guy? Oh my god, I literally have tears in my eyes. Oh god, okay, you guys look for me instead, okay? You look. Holy shit. Oh god, I'm so nervous. don't want to look. I don't want to look. Oh my god. So is there an intruder in the house? Yeah, he was clearly watching the person outside, but the question is that the guy's house? Is the person recording the visitor? Because the name of this is Unexpected Visitors. Oh, bishes. Okay. Looks like a door, maybe? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Who puts down the camera? Don't put down the camera. What is he gonna do? Open the window? Imagine, oh my god, what if this is the cameraman's house and he saw a person inside his house and so now he's like, well, what the fuck? There's someone in my house and he doesn't want to go in, so he's being quiet. But imagine looking at your house and seeing a person that you don't know staring at you through your own window and they know you're outside and you don't know who they are. That's fucked. What's happening? Oh god, this is why I hate analog. I mean, I love analog, don't get me wrong, but I hate it because it's actually scary. Because it's like old-timey footage that makes you feel like this could literally be me. What if they look just like you? Exactly. I mean, I don't know if that would be the for me, I think that'd be more like I'd be so curious as to what the actual hell's going on. But if they looked like someone I knew, but that person was like who I just left, that would because then you wouldn't know. Then you wouldn't know if the person you left was the real person or if the person in the house was your real. Like, what if you just left your sister's house and the person inside your house looked like your sister? I'm gonna cry. But like, what if? And then you're like questioning in your own head while you're fucking recording this. Was the person I left my real sister, or is this my real sister, or what? What is happening? You know, the whole time you'd be like, "What?" And they're just staring at you from your window. Oh fuck no! Please. What's happening? Okay, so they found a light. Okay. That's a terrible choice. I don't know about you, but if I see someone inside my house looking out at me, in no way in hell am I going to put down the camera, go grab a light, a flashlight, so that they can see me better. And the first rule of hiding and not letting someone else know that you're there is, first of all, don't have a fucking light. Second of all, hide. Also, you don't want them to be able to see you, and you want to keep your camera on you at all times. Are you kidding me? Document everything. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I'm so afraid. I'm so worried of jump scares right now. I have a feeling this is their house. I have a feeling that this is the cameraman's house and they saw someone inside. It has to be, right? Stop. Oh god, the angle. I need a moment. I'm just imagining being alone in my own house in the dark with a camera and like slowly panning the camera around the angles because you heard something. Oh God, first of all, you wake up in the middle of the night or like you come home like this. You can't turn on your lights. You know the way around your own house, but instead of turning your own head around, you turn the camera. Imagine the fear that would invoke, the idea just mentally that what if you move your camera around, it sees something, but then you have to pull your camera back to you and replay it, or you have to like angle it so you can see while it's looking around the corner, and the idea that what if you see a fucking face. The angles, everything. This is so good. It's so well made. Oh, it's happening. It's 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 fucking happening. It's literally happening in front of me. Ain't hallelujah, hallelujah. Ain't no fucking way that I would be shining a light. The person will know you're there, right? You don't want them to know you're there. Turn the fucking trigger warning. Full disclosure, I have no idea what's going on right now. Oh, and they're back outside. And they're back outside. Okay, okay. Oh God, beware of jump scares. Ugh. The moon. Okay. Oh, okay, wait. So it panned to them seeing the door at the top of the steps. And then you hear just like essentially fighting in the background, like something is happening. There's a ruckus. And then they're back outside looking at the moon like nothing happened. Oh, ominous. Okay.
I'd like to thank my producer, my writers, my director, my friends,
Is he wearing a skull cap?
and you, the ordinary people who made
Is he a Klingon? Like, what is happening up here?
me what I am today.
Max Headroom premieres
Oh my
at the
God.
Moonlighting tomorrow.
That there's no way that's a real person, right? That's meant to be. I don't know. What is happening?
We interrupt our current program at the request of the Massachusetts State Police. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during the emergency. This station will broadcast official information, news, and instruction for northern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, after the following
Okay, so this is all happening in Massachusetts. Good to know. Good to know.
tone.
At 3:34 a.m., Massachusetts State Police confirmed the presence of a potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted 49 residences since approximately 11:15 p.m. last night. The attacks appear to be random, spanning across the towns of North Adams, Cheshire, Savoy, and Windsor. Residents are urged to take the following actions immediately. Wake all occupants of your home. Lock all doors and windows. Close all curtains and blinds. Gather in a secure area of your home where multiple exits are available to prevent yourself from being cornered. Additionally, residents are urged to arm themselves with a blunt object or firearm if available and licensed. Only resort to self-protection if a suspect has entered your home, poses an active threat to you or your family, and you are unable.
Okay, but wait, what? Okay, but a suspect, right? What are they talking about? A suspect for what? This is so well made. This is legitimately how it sounds, right? If you watch any like old broadcast system that would be on one of those like not a cassette, but like the old, VCR things, um this is how it sounds. So that's fantastic. It's super well made. It sounds very real. Like this puts me back in like, you know, back to the 1990s where people would have been like listening to this and they wouldn't have social media to go to. They'd just be listening to this on the radio or on their TV potentially if they had one.
To escape safely. If you are currently away from home, we are urging you not to return home at this time. Shelter in place where you are. If you are currently not in a secure area or in a vehicle, immediately head to your closest 7 Mart. Each 7 Mart location is currently being used as a safe area and has police stationed for your protection. Remain in your secure area until the threat has been resolved. Police are currently unable to determine a physical description of any of the assailants involved in these attacks.
Okay, so they don't know who it is. Does this mean that, okay, you remember it's Unit 13 that was taking care of the thought forms, right? Do you think that something went so wrong that all the thought forms got out? And if so, if thought forms are real, then wouldn't you think there are tons of thought forms just running around amok, right? If it's more likely that you make them unconsciously or unintentionally.
Do not open your home to anyone you do not intimately recognize.
And if they were doing it, if they were trying to make thought forms and the thought forms got out, would that mean that, well, maybe, actually, if they're doing it, they were probably doing it to see if they could use them in war or something, right? Like, of course they would be. So are these, like, extremely hostile, extremely intelligent things? That's fucking scary.
Do not attempt to search for or engage with any suspects. The suspects are considered armed and extremely dangerous.
Of course
Do
they
not
are.
leave your secure area unless necessary. This is for your safety. Law enforcement will be armed and patrolling your area.
Good.
Interfering with this investigation could result in lethal force being inadvertently.
Okay, we're back. They're listening to the broadcast. Ain't no way. I was just listening to like people talk about the Appalachian Mountains. I was gonna say Appalachian, but they prefer Appalachian, so that's what we go with. Um, about the Appalachian Mountains and like how you hear whistling, you hear anything, you end of story. You close the fucking window, you lock the shit like people on the radio are saying, and you get the fuck inside and don't do anything. You just do exactly what they said. Lock everything, stay inside. Why the hell is this person listening to the radio? They're listening to the broadcast and just have their window open or their door. Oh, it's so realistic though. That is so realistic. Everybody would be doing that, right? I didn't hear shit. Exactly. We didn't hear anything. But like it's so realistic. Of course, if you hear this on the radio, you're going to open the door and be like, "I got to know what's going on." There's no way that me and my shotgun can't take care of this, you know? Like people are dumb enough to be like, "Yeah, of course. I'm macho man. I'm not what are they going to do to me?" Like you like bruh, it's so realistic. Knowing me, I'd hear that and be like, "Oh god, I have to save somebody." I couldn't just not try. So I'd be hearing that and being like, "Oh my god, someone's actually being hurt by this guy, so I have to go out there and help them." You know? Cuz I wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, it's some supernatural being." I'd be like, "Some guy is trying to like, chase down somebody, Like I got to go save them or they're being attacked by wolves, who knows?" I'd be like, "I got to go save them." So I would die. Is what I'm saying. I'm sure a lot of people would be like that. Oh, oh, oh! Oh my god! I was not ready for the jump scare. I was not ready. I was not ready. Matter of fact, we should all be vivid and be blind in both ears. Oh, oh. Holy shit. Oh my god. 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 That. Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I like, panic froze it right on the scary part. I'm sweating. Is anybody else sweating? Just me? Dear Lord, I think we take a minute before we move forward. How's it going? How are you holding up? You enjoying this? Oh, that one really scared me. Also, I have les sushis. Oh, okay. So, we have more analog horror to jump into. Okay, so we have tape 5, Greylock. Let's get into it.
Well, hello again, Tiffany.
Oh, hi Wanda. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. No dad this time.
No, unfortunately, he couldn't get off work today. So I'm gonna have to call him on a payphone to let him know all the details as soon as we're done.
He's excited to be a dad, huh?
Oh, yes, he certainly is. We both can't wait to be parents.
Aw, and you said you've been together since high school, right?
Yep.
That's so sweet. And have you decided on a name for your baby boy yet?
Yep, we're going with Max.
Ooh, Max, huh? That's a nice, strong name.
That's why my fiance wanted it so bad. He says it'll help make him strong right off the bat.
That's a pretty good way of thinking about it. So let's see how strong little Max is so you can hurry up and make that call.
Yes, please. He's been moving around like crazy the past couple weeks. So I think he's really strong. Strong.
Guys, do you think that it's possible that she could be pregnant with a thought form? I mean, think about it, right? So they said that thought forms can essentially manifest out of nothing, out of your own thoughts, out of your own emotions. Essentially a heightened state, right? So if you're at a heightened state where you're like, oh, I want to have a baby, I'm so emotional because I need a baby. What if her baby's a thought form in and of itself? Like you've manifested this thing. I mean, that would be kind of like a superpower, right?
Enough to kick so hard I almost throw up sometimes too.
Aw, what a wild boy. Activity is good.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this isn't too cold.
No, it's okay.
There he is. He's definitely a growing boy, that's for sure. And you're both looking really good.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Let's get some measurements to see exactly how much he's grown.
What was that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. Maybe
The
something to
baby's
do
a
with the
thought
power.
form.
Oh,
Baby's a thought
okay.
form. That is terrifying. Me too, girl. I would.
This is a bit strange.
I would
What?
be freaking the fuck
What's
out.
strange?
Nothing to worry about or anything. Just having some trouble finding the baby.
Nothing
all
to
of a
worry
sudden.
about. The baby's
Maybe
just
the machine.
literally disappeared. Nothing to worry about though. It's just, the baby's just, it was there 1 second and now it's gone. Also, it's showing up on scans, which does support the idea that you can see it and it manifests as to, essentially other people can see it too. So yeah, okay.
Messed up.
Okay.
Possibly, but I can still see everything else. It's just not picking up the baby for some reason.
Oh god.
Has this ever happened before?
Well, sometimes babies can move into certain positions that are hard to see.
But
Sounds like that's what this
but
is.
you can't see my baby at all?
I'm looking. Don't worry, he's definitely here. You know what? Why don't we just see if we can borrow another machine, okay? There has to be something wrong with this one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That would terrify me.
What are you talking about?
No.
This can't be happening. Your baby doesn't go in the bar? That makes no sense.
Does that mean that she could make another thought form right now because she's so emotional about losing her baby? And I don't mean losing as in miscarriage. I mean that baby literally just disappeared. It went straight to the void. It just no longer was in there. Oh my god. that's creepy. Oh, I don't like that. Mm-mm. I didn't like that one at all. Okay. That was weird. So, okay, so yeah, that again supports their idea of like you create them with heightened emotions or a heightened state of being. Okay, what do we got? Tape 6. Oh, are we ready? Are we ready? Tape 6. Okay. This one's called Sleeping Dogs.
Humanity has fought tirelessly past through a great many trials into 1840 to achieve but one singular goal. A goal that countless men have withered away and died in pursuit of, leaving their towers of work behind to be climbed upon by coming generations. Higher and higher they ascend, so that we will at last reach the one called God. And there, on his apex of infinite knowledge and power, we will approach and look him in the eye.
That was a terrible place to pause it. I'm so sorry. Okay. Is this real? Because this is Jungian or Jungian. I've only ever heard it pronounced Jungian. Jungian Psychology and the Manifestation of Consciousness. New York City, October 4th, 1961. Was that tape, like just that part real where he was like talking about it? Is Dr. Bernard T. Hayes real? Also, what in the hell? Some other voice was there. Let's listen. As an equal. So he was talking about essentially reaching God or reaching a state of like, higher consciousness. And then some weird voice. Oh, we're back to Simiodyne.
User Frank Porter. Please enter your credentials.
Maybe he's a thought form? Interesting. So this is Simiodyne, which is where the Unit 13 was. We still don't know anything about them, but the first couple videos were their training videos, right?
Credential requirement bypassed by system administrator. Greetings, unknown user ID. Welcome to Simiodyne USA's virtual message assistant for user. Project Director, Frank Porter. Establishing custom telephone message settings. Sender, Paul Morelli, of the Morelli Construction and Mining Company. Dates of receipt ranging from March 24th, 1987, to March 30th, 1987.
That's not a whole lot of time. That's really short. That's literally what? 6 days. And it's a mining company? Morelli Construction and Mining Company. Construction of redacted facility. So they were working with Simiodyne. Oh, and again, Simiodyne is like a part of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Okay.
Beginning playback of your messages.
That's a lot of messages for a couple days. I mean, I guess if they were doing a construction thing, that kind of makes sense.
Message 1. March 24th, 11:14 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul Morelli. We ran into somewhat of an issue today. We came across these tunnels inside the mountain, pretty deep in, but well, this is gonna sound a little crazy, but he told me to call if anything strange came up, and I figured this qualifies. People have been here before. Some obviously man-made shit in there, like carvings and stone. This shit looks ancient, like real old. I took a crew in to look through it, but seems part of the tunnels caved in some time ago. We're gonna just have to bust through it regardless. But I still wanted to make you aware of it. Anyways, I'll keep you in the loop. Thanks.
Message 2. March 25th, 7:38 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul. Just calling to tell you the day might be a bit slower than usual. Unfortunately, a number of the crew are sick as dogs. Not really sure what kind of stomach bugs going around or what, but we'll do our best to pick up the slack. I'm calling in some guys who have a day off, so hopefully things will get a little closer to normal, you know. That being said, I don't know.
So he found tunnels, and now everyone's sick. Also, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's good that he's like calling it in and letting him know everything. But is it really worthwhile to let them know that they found tunnels unless they found something else?
I don't know how the hell this happened, but the section of the tunnel we got caved in is clear. Tunnel's been wired up with a few lights, too.
Oh shit, someone's been living in the tunnels.
I wanted to see if maybe you sent someone in while we were off shift. Night crew said you didn't, but, you know, I didn't see anybody else either, so...
Oh my god, wait. So they only found the lights in the tunnels and things after they had already found them? So like say they got there one day, the tunnels were just tunnels. Then they got there the next day and they found lights and things strung up and meant no, it doesn't mean necessarily that they've been there. What if thought forms can come in different shapes and sizes, right? What if they're not just living things? What if you can, if you have that many men in one area or that many people, and all together you're like sitting around a campfire, you together collectively conjure up whatever story you're talking about. So let's say you make up a story about a Wendy. I'm not going to say the whole word, but about a Wendy, right? And then all of the people around the campfire are terrified of whatever the person's talking about, be it like, their skin is gray and, whatever. All of these parts of the story come together. And then every person around that campfire is like conjuring it up together. And what if all of that energy as one makes it manifest faster? So let's say all of these men together, they find tunnels that were not supposed to be there. They sat around talking about it one day and got more spooked, right? You had some greens on the team and they don't know what's going on. They start getting more and more spooked, and then bam, you've already started it. It's already like on a, butterfly effect where boom, 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 things start happening. He literally said, "Oh, we found these tunnels," and then he just said, let's listen.
Maybe you sent someone in while we were off shift?
Maybe you sent someone in while we were off shift, because he said the lights were new. So what if it doesn't have to be living? It could be now the tunnels are manifesting something in it, right? Something's becoming of the tunnels that wasn't there before. This is all speculation. I haven't seen this far in, so I don't know.
Night crew said you didn't, but, you know, I didn't see anybody else either, so... But a few of the guys said they'd seen something running around in the woods surrounding the site. I figured it's probably a deer or whatever, but seeing all the ruckus we're making out here, you know? But they all insisted it was something else. Something like a real tall man.
There it is. There it is. Oh, no.
Just be some environmentalist moron trying to cause some shit, but, you know, he ain't done nothing, so I told him to keep focused on the project. For safety's sake, we're going to avoid the tunnel until I hear back from you. All right, bye now.
Message 3. March 25th, 4:56 p.m.
Hey, Frank, it's Paul again. The guy you sent out to take photos just left, but, well, he seemed totally fine when he got here, but we practically had to carry him back to his car when he was done.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if he caught whatever's going around, but figured you should know. Also, we found some really old shit down there, Frank. Now, I ain't no historian, but we got a guy on the crew who used to do archaeology work or whatever, and I don't know. But I guess there's some old artifacts down there, like weapons and trinkets and whatever.
Okay, so maybe someone has, or again, if they're literally manifesting these things, it could be that they're manifesting the thing down. I don't know. This is we're still too early.
Up a report for you and send
Let's keep going. We'll see.
your way, because I feel like you'd be interested, and he can explain all this shit better than I could anyways. His name's Arnold Rivers. That's about it. All right, bye.
Message 4. March 26th, 1:03 p.m.
Frank, something ain't right here. Crew's getting worse, more sick. I feel okay so far, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
I wonder why he feels okay.
I saw that thing the guys have been talking about last night, stalking around in the tree line. I swear it had a face.
Just so you know, there might be a jump scare at the end of this one. There was a jump scare at the previous video, and that scared the absolute living shit out of me. So, yeah.
Anyways,
just so you're prepared.
Call me back as soon as you can, Frank.
Message 5. March 27th, 12:10 p.m.
All our food is rotten. totally spoiled and covered in maggots. It was perfectly fine and stored. There wasn't any problems with the generator, even if we lost power. I mean, it's the end of March. All our food looks like it's been left out in the heat for weeks. No idea what's going on. Please call me back.
Message 6. March 27th, 4:02 p.m.
It's Paul. We saw it again. Something out here with us. It's in the woods. And it's watching us, goddammit.
Oh no.
It ain't no animal either. Who are you guys gonna put up those?
I wonder if as the manifestations become stronger and stronger, that's part of why it all gets like the video gets more and more blurry and like problematic, hard to follow because every time it ramps up, every time that they start getting into what's actually going on or they get to kind of a more spooky thing or like, "Oh, this thing was totally fine." I wonder if this is our cue that it's like it's really ramping up because then, I just really like the pairing. Regardless of whether it was intentional or not, it probably was. Because every time it gets more spooky, they make the video go more and more hectic, like haywire. That's so fucking good.
Fancy hunting cameras and see if we can catch anything.
Ah, remember the second video? I think it was the second. One of the earliest videos, there was a hunting camera on a tree, and then there was no hunting camera on the tree. They showed it multiple times. I wonder if this guy was the one filming that.
Maybe Luke was fucking with us. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah. Anyways, I just.
Oh, prepare yourselves.
Message 7. Date and time unavailable. Message.
Okay. Okay. That's just a little bit mist. It's just a little bit of mist. It's fine. We like mist. Mist is good.
Message 8. March 29th, 10:13 p.m.
Frank, it's Paul. Holy shit. Well, a lot of the crew here is sick now, and they're sort of like unresponsive. We tried emergency contacts for them, but then now they just keep ringing. The phones, they just kept ringing and ringing.
Eel, you're back. Oh my god, I'm so glad. Vivian and I have been in here alone, and then nobody else is chatting because we're all scared to fucking even say anything. It's totally fair. Okay, so my question is, right. I paused it for a very important reason, and actually probably not very, but listen. What if some of the crew are thought forms? What if the minute that they got there, it started? What if it's a proximity to a specific area? Because right at the beginning, the Sensodyne, Anodyne, whatever the place is called, they said that it's hard to manifest thought forms unless it's genuine, right? It's hard to manifest them if you're trying. So what if the minute that they got there, like what if they found a place to build this thing on, like because they had all those rooms where you could go through the thought forms. I'm pretty sure that's Unit 13. So if Unit 13 was built on this hill, this mountain, because he's saying the tunnels are underneath, what if the thought forms moved down there? Because, right, the thought forms don't go away as far as we're speculating. Slap them away, the ghost can't do anything, yeah. um, so what if the thought forms are there and it's actually in like a proximity to a certain area? Like that the idea of like the ley lines and things, which I don't know much about, but I've read it in a book. So ley lines are supposed to be like more electrically charged, more emotionally charged, more in tune, people that are there. So what if they built it like on say a ley line or on some specific, area that has that more heightened thing so that they could do the experiments because they found out that you can't just build thought forms unless you have that genuine human emotion or maybe if you're connected to a specific place. So what if some of the workers are literally thought forms already? What if they are the thought forms of other workers? I don't know.
Nobody picked up from any
It's an
number we
idea.
tried. Nobody picked up. No answer machines either. Made a call to the hospital, and same thing. Just ringing. Just tried 911, still nothing. I figured the phones were fucked up, but the machine actually picked up.
Oh, he's going crazy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I think I caught whatever's going around. My skin, it feels tight. A lot of pressure behind my eyes. My teeth feel like they're humming, vibrating. You know what? This all started when we came across that tunnel. I feel like I need to figure out what's down there. I think whatever's down there could help my crew. But most of all, I feel like something really bad's gonna happen if I don't go down. So I'm going down tonight.
Oh my god. Have you ever tried to like make these kinds of noises or like, when I was younger I was like, "Oh man, I could totally act," which I totally could, right? If I wanted to. I don't know if I'd ever get hired, but I could act on my own. And so like I would like stare in the mirror and I would do shit like this where I'd be like pretending to go fucking crazy. Just for funsies, or like I would stare in the mirror and learn how to like dilate my eyes, which I can now do on command because I practiced it. It's just focusing on different light. But yeah. So whoever did this probably did that to like practice or gear themselves up to sound like a fucking madman. That's crazy. Oh god. Oh, not the cam. Oh, not the cam. Prepare yourselves.
Message 9. March 30th, time unavailable.
Crimson, you might want to run. I know you don't like fear. Man, only a face a mother can love. Crimson, I know you're not into horror, so you might not want to be here, but this is analog horror, and it's just like really visually interesting, Like they do it all like this, where it's a very analog, very old-fashioned, very just oh, so fucking good. But yeah, it is very spook. Also, question. Every time that they've encountered one of these thought forms, it's ended with a video of like just yelling that you don't know, what you can't see what's going on, you don't know. But another theory could be, since we don't know for sure what's happening yet, the thought forms don't do anything. But remember, thought forms, what's wrong with his face? Again, okay, so I'm pretty sure thought forms, like they said, they come about from heightened emotion. Essentially, you manifest a thing into reality. You might want to go back if you want to like hear about what I was talking about previously, things that I've already thought about myself, but like, story wise, what could happen, if this is true. So let's just, oh no, I couldn't sleep. I'm so sorry, Rookie Gamer. This one is probably not what you want to watch if you want to go to sleep. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I have like a theory that potentially, what if, okay, so these things manifest from heightened emotion, or like when you're in an extremely heightened experience. So what if, because you're slowly going batshit crazy, because you're seeing things you've never seen before, or you're experiencing something completely new that like as a human biologically you're not prepared to cope with, so then it like feeds into itself, right? It's like a refeed loop, essentially, or a feedback loop, where it's like you now are seeing these ghosts or these things, these manifested entities. And then also, because you're seeing that, you're going more crazy, which makes them stronger, makes other people see it more frequently or more, able to interact with it. And even if the thought forms don't do anything, you hear all the people screaming, which then begs the question, is it because the thought forms are attacking them, or are you having people who are experiencing the same thing going batshit crazy and then fighting each other because they've gone crazy? So, what if the thought forms don't actually do anything inherently wrong? Remember, at the beginning, Unit 13, at least in their video, said they aren't inherently, like, they're inherently docile. They're never inherently like going to hurt you as far as they could tell. Now again, the video did glitch out when they were saying that. So obviously they could be. Yes, your thoughts manifest. Exactly. So, this I was talking about it earlier. I was like, what if ghosts are like this? What if, which is what they kind of went into a little bit. And I'm like, I've thought about this before with Alicia. We've even talked about it, where it's like, oh, what if ghosts aren't real? It's just that you're manifesting them and then they become real. Or this thing, this energy that you put out there is what you get back. So then you put this out and you manifest it into creation. Things like that, right? So this is kind of the idea that they're going with in these, but I don't know for sure if that's going to change, right? This is just the minute amount of information we have so far based on the first 6 videos. So I'm sure it's going to, come full circle. It'll come out. I'm so sorry. Let me continue.
This is the end of your messages.
Oh, that's it. We have a few seconds. Oh, there's something else. Motion detected. Motion detected. I'm fucking sorry. What? It's so good. This is why I love analog horror. I think it's just the most timeless. Like you will never get to a generation that will look back on analog horror and say, "Oh, this is out of date." You know why? Because it's meant to be out of date. That's what makes it so fucking glorious. You will never get to a generation that's like, "Oh, I don't want to watch that." No, you do, because when it was made, it's out of date already, intentionally. The intent is to make it seem like this is found footage, footage from the past. I'm sorry. It's just so fucking good. Okay, strap back on your seatbelts. I need a fucking whoopee. God, I don't have a whoopee, but that's fine. I'll go get one after this. All right, let's go all the way back to the beginning. Are you ready? Any other ideas in the chat? If you have thoughts on this, please let me know what you think. Um, and yeah, I would definitely suggest go see whatever rookie gamer is going to watch after this if you want to be able to go to sleep. So let's see what's going on. Also, really glad you joined us, Crimson. If you don't feel like staying and you don't want to be spooked, feel free to go wherever you need to. You don't have to stay here, but I love that you are here. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's keep going.
Authorities continue to investigate the recent crime wave that swept across northern Berkshire County, left many of its residents in a state of anxiety and panic. It was 2 weeks ago when the emergency broadcast system was engaged to warn residents to secure their homes due to the activity of a group of individuals who had been targeting and breaking into people's homes. Authorities have since confirmed that the attacks were, in fact, part of an organized criminal effort and have been attributed to a local anti-American militia group operating out of western Massachusetts called... Police have made numerous arrests in connection to militia, and officials continue to release statements to assure the public...
So this, you want to go back to Dredge? Oh no! So this is talking about the previous video, not video 6, but video 5, or video 4, I think it was 5, where the broadcast was sent out letting people know to stay the fuck inside, lock everything, wake everyone in your family, and make sure that you stay together, and etc. Whatever. Don't let anyone in the house. Um, that was a whole broadcast that was broadcast across the U.S. He just said the group in Massachusetts, or I think it was Massachusetts, and that was the something dyne, anodyne, sensodyne. I just stuck with the dyne. I can't remember the rest. Um, it's neither of those. But yeah, it is that group that was like researching this thought form situation, right? And they are in tandem with the US military, so likely the thought forms that they were creating are probably more harmful than normal everyday thought forms that average humans would create in their basement when they're running up the stairs like we talked about, right? Okay.
Like that they are safe once again.
We've seen a lot of credible information over the past couple of weeks, and the investigation's still ongoing. We're getting closer by the day.
Thankfully, due to the continued efforts of law enforcement, life has been able to return back to normal. Back to normal. Back to normal. To normal. To normal. To normal.
You see how they do this thing where they immediately have the video go fucking wonky the minute shit is clearly lying? But what does that mean? Not back to normal. So the thought forms are among us? Imposters? You guys look. I don't want to look.
Back to normal. The residents of Berkshire County.
Alright, well that's good. Oh. Man, something happened to that guy's face. I'm sure it'll be fine. Odd ends. Oh, I love that. It goes right into the next one. That's cool. Okay, this one is a little longer, so prepare yourselves. This one is 17 minutes long. The last couple have been like, a minute, 3 minutes, whatever. So let's gear up. I'm sure we're going to get quite a bit of the background info on this. I know, not the babies. Yeah, like I said, they did a really good job adding in horror from lots of different genres, it seems. So body horror, horror like baby horror, animal horror, old story horror with the like creepy things going on in the woods. So yeah, I'm so sucked in. Okay, let's watch. I'm so sorry, Crimson. You sent me one of the best videos of Stolas, in my opinion. It's a song. Should totally watch it after this. I will watch that after this as a palate cleanser. Yes, thank you, Crimson. All right, everybody. Ears in the chat. Ears in the chat.
Well, that broadcast went completely tits up, didn't it? I've been getting chewed out by our asshole CIA liaison for the past 2 hours. What the fuck happened?
We're looking into it, sir, but we experienced no issues with the broadcast on our end, so our engineers believe that the signal was hijacked before even reaching the transmitter, but once we started receiving phone calls from viewers, we switched to a backup transmitter.
But by then, the hijacker had already said everything they wanted to say, hadn't they?
Yes, sir.
What a complete fuck up. They made us...
Wait a second. So the previous one was a hijacker? Where he was saying everything has returned to completely normal? Oh my god, wait. So the previous video where it was saying, oh, not to worry, everything's normal. Everything's back to ordinary. You can go outside. You don't have to worry anymore. That was a hijacker? So now people are leaving their homes and they think they're perfectly safe? Oh my god, that's ingenious. That's also fucking terrifying. Imagine I'm being like, oh, I'm safe. Now I can send my kids to the park. Bam. Thought form.
Look like a fucking joke. And showing our most popular show. Speaking of which, Don, where the fuck is he? I cannot get hold of him, and he needs to get in here and read a statement to help clean up this fucking mess.
Well, we've been trying to reach him. We've called him multiple times.
Did Alan's face just change? Wait, let's go back.
Where the fuck is he? I cannot get hold of him, and he needs to get in here and read a statement to help clean up this fucking mess.
Well, we've been trying...
His face changed. Oh my god, do you think he's a thought form?
to reach him. We've called him multiple times. We've tried his pager. We've asked around to see if anyone's heard from him, but nothing.
I feel like they haven't called him. I feel like they haven't. Listening to Alan talk, I'm pretty sure that's the one who's talking. I feel like he's lying right here, right? He probably didn't page him. He probably didn't let him know. He probably didn't try and call him. He's like, oh, nah.
Right now we've got Gerald standing in for him tonight. It's on to some show.
You've been to his house?
Well, no. I just thought that maybe he'd be upset if I did that.
Get in your fucking car and go to his fucking house. I don't care if you kick down his front door and drag him here by his ear. You bring him into the studio. Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Rosenbaum. Of course, I'll do that right now.
Has some
I
real
see now. Okay, I understand what's happening. When they're the one talking, it darkens them. It darks them out, yeah, so that you can tell where it's going. So right now he's talking. Previously, he was the one who was like, "Oh, we tried to get a hold of him." So right now he's talking.
People depending on us right now. They need us to manage the response to these events, to let the public know what's going on.
Yes, exactly, Crimson. I'm so glad we got to the same thing.
And the last thing we need is it going wider than it already fucking has. So do what you need to do, or I'm gonna replace you with some producers who actually know how to produce a fucking show.
Sorry.
I like how the whole time Samantha, the gal in the middle, was just like, tea. I have a sushi, le sushi, that I ran and grabbed because I was like, oh my god, I just almost peed myself watching this. So I was like, I need a snack and I need a drink. So I got myself some sushi and a little bit of rosé. Do you have snackies in the chat? Snackies in the chat?
The file you are trying to access has been destroyed and can no longer be executed or retrieved. Please choose another file. Sorry. It said I'll trade your file and trying to destroy or trying. Warning, anomalous file detected. This file should not exist. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Opening
File. Arnold Rivers personal log.
Final.
My name is Arnold Eugene Rivers. The date is April 8th, 1987, about 9:15 at night. I was involved in the Morelli construction project at Mount GREYLOCK. I was hired due to my background in anthropology and archaeology.
Ooh,
I
anthropology.
worked to excavate a number of different historical sites. Paul Morelli took me on after securing a government contract for the GREYLOCK project. I'm recording this because I believe my life is in danger, and I likely don't have a lot of time left, so I need to leave some kind of record of my findings. On March 24th, our crew came across tunnels in the mountain that held a multitude of ancient...
He was in the tunnels. Okay, he was in the construction group, right? There was a construction group that went to the tunnels. They were working for Anodyne, Sensodyne, whatever. God, somebody look it up. I don't. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. But they were working for that company that was, a part of the government, the military. And they started seeing weird stuff in the tunnels, and then everyone went batshit crazy. But that begs the question, how did this guy survive? Did everyone else die? And is he a thought form?
Markings and artifacts. On March 25th, Paul cleared the interior of the mountain and asked me, accompanied by a small crew, to look through the tunnels and record notes on what I was able to recognize. I was then to report to one of the project directors, named Frank Porter, to offer my perspective on our findings. I kept this to myself at the time, but what we discovered in that mountain was not normal. Not only did I see the impact it was having on the crew, but certain aspects of my findings did not make any sense. Many of the artifacts were pre-colonial. Some were from Native American tribes, but there were other artifacts, some Mesoamerican, and others were shockingly Clovis in nature. Finding Clovis artifacts here means that people have been coming to Mount GREYLOCK since at least 11,000 BCE. But that's not all, no. There are artifacts I found that could potentially be from even earlier. Paleo...
Okay, so this is what I was talking about, right? What if, like they said, right? So manifesting a thought form is really hard to do if you want to do it. Like if you know that you're going to do it or you're trying to do it, it's not easy to do. They said this, right? And that's because when you're manifesting a thought form, usually it's due to a human emotion, like a very genuine human fear or excitement or a need or a feeling, whatever, right? So we manifest these thought forms is what they're proposing, the idea. And so in this, they said it was really hard to manifest thought forms if you're trying to. And that's where I got the ley line idea, which is the idea that there are certain places on the earth that have more power, more energy naturally. Um, and this is like just an idea that people have gone with for centuries. Really, it's a very old idea. And so, what if, like I was saying, what if they intentionally found a spot to build the Semiodyne? By the way, that's the company, the Semiodyne place. Um, so that it had enough of that energy, that extra energy. So while they were trying to make thought forms, they had the energy that was needed because they didn't have enough human emotional energy because the people knew what they were doing. They weren't scared of it. They didn't have a genuine want to build this thing or not even want, but like a genuine fear or like heightened human emotion. So that's probably what the fuck this is, right? Paleo American cultures that we have yet to even begin studying. Ancient shit. Look, they had a fan back then. That's what that looks like. A bed and a fan on the bed. Anvil. I don't know. People. That's just what it looks like to me.
American cultures that we have yet to even begin studying.
It is leading back to the tunnels, yeah.
There were artifacts and writings left by the...
Oh my god, the idea that humans are the manifestations of whatever's in the cave. Oh, that's
cultures
fucked.
That were
We're the manifestations of aliens.
pre-Columbian in nature. Transoceanic contacts prior to Columbus reaching the Americas has always been largely a theory, but the artifacts in this mountain, they prove it. Ancient Chinese, Arabic, Indian, Roman, Spanish, Viking, even ancient Greek and Egyptian are findings that they alone would change world history as we know it today. I'll admit, the anthropologist in me was thrilled. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I figured it had to be a hoax, but I'm confident that it's all authentic. But my excitement was soon replaced with a looming fear and anxiety. How could such a place be so important to so many cultures for so long? There must be something immense here. Whatever it was, well, that's why I left the project. The tunnels all connected to a series of chambers deep into the interior of the mountain. That's where a majority of the relics were found. There were old baskets of herbs and spices, pottery, weapons and armor, talismans.
This is in Massachusetts? What the fuck? Okay. Well, I mean, stranger things have occurred. Stranger things have occurred.
Other religious items, countless other things, but all of it was there purposely as offerings.
It seems like that thing wants an offering. Whatever this thing is, it wants an offering. Crimson says, imagine an ancient civilization wrote in detail that this is and warns people about it for future people, but the people in the future don't understand what it is, and this is about the cute bed. It's a count. Yeah. No. If you haven't read it, the Pendergast series is fantastic. So I would highly, highly suggest. My brother and Crimson both suggested it to me. Because my favorite book used to be the Codex by Douglas Preston, I believe. And so go read the Pendergast series. That's pretty much what Crimson's referring to. Like, or not, maybe not referring to, but like that is extremely similar. So yeah, that is one of my absolute favorite book series. It's fantastic if you're interested in a book series that's, kind of got a lot of the elements that are in this, but is very like, anthropological or like serious. It's so good. Oh god, it's so good. Eel's officially back. Okay. All right. We're back in. Let's watch.
It was billions of years ago, when our planet was still mostly fire and rock, that a Mars-sized planet that had been drifting through our solar system collided directly with the Earth. The impact was so powerful and violent that the rogue planet was blown into countless pieces of debris. This debris collected to form our moon. Many of the pieces of the unknown planet remain inside the Earth to this day.
Comfy. Put my legs up.
Adams Police Department, Dispatcher Carey speaking.
Yes, I'm calling to report a break-in at my coworker's house.
No. Oh no.
What is your name, sir?
My name is Liam Hollander.
Okay, Liam, you said this was your coworker's house. What is your coworker's address?
It's Parker Hill Road in Adams, number 491.
491 Parker Hill Road. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so there was a broadcast that was sent out to let people know, to warn them, hey, yo, stay in your houses, let everyone in your house know, don't go outside, don't be alone, be awake, take care of each other. Then there was another broadcast that went out that said, hey, everything has returned to normal. Then we literally watched the news people, like the newsroom, the important people at the newsroom say, hey, yo, what the hell? Someone hacked in and hacked our broadcast and told the public that it's safe when it's not safe. So now essentially this is like the aftermath of that. It does seem like it bounces around a little bit, where it's like, oh, we're back about talking about the tunnels, but then also now we're here in today time, not today really, but like future, where it's like, oh, all these things are happening. Why are you at your coworker's house? I don't know. I'm just saying, people in general, like people in the US were told, hey, yo, don't fuck with this, And then another broadcast came out saying, hey, yo, it's all safe and fine. Go out, do your thing. Haha, teehee, nothing's wrong. And then that was a hacked broadcast, which probably a thought form did. And so now we're going to see what happened because of it. What happened?
Okay. Can you tell me, is anybody hurt?
I can't stay chill.
Liam,
I have to be into
are you
it.
still with me?
Yes, sorry.
Is anybody hurt?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that's right. So this is the person. Oh, oh my god, I understand. I didn't get it before, but remember when this face showed up, right? When he was giving the broadcast saying everything's fine and safe, and then it showed this at the end, right? His normal face while he was giving the broadcast, and this at the end. Now look, he's clearly dead, so that means the thought form took over. They were the one who actually sent the broadcast, and now we can see, like, this is what happened to him.
Then I witnessed many altars constructed out of the mountain stone.
Okay, we're back to the guy, the anthropologist who was there at the mountain looking at the tunnels.
Along with evidence of mass animal and human sacrifice, and the carvings in the walls of these sacrificial chambers, I couldn't recognize a single familiar symbol, and it made me sick to even look at them.
God, I hope not you.
Let me be clear. I am not, nor have I ever been, a religious man. But there's something in that mountain. Something people of countless cultures over the history of our planet have been worshipping.
Sounds like
but
we need to start worshipping
why,
it.
But I could feel it. Whatever's down there, I could feel it. It was like being trapped in a fever dream. I swear I could hear a voice, and even
I'm already
felt
sweating, bro.
compelled to
Are you
go
kidding
further
me?
to speak to whatever's down there.
I am sweating.
I don't know. I haven't been right since I keep hearing this droning in my head.
Oh no, he's fucked up.
Jesus, all day and night.
He's fucked up.
I can't sleep, just droning. Always droning. But that doesn't matter right now. I informed Mr. Porter in my report that the archaeological findings in the mountain are of monumental historical importance, and that there is certainly more to be discovered.
Oh God.
And I recommended discontinuing construction there. But it's not as though I have any authority over this project. I fully expected to be ignored. Mr. Poole called me on the evening of March 28th, and we spoke on the phone briefly. It was as I thought. He disregarded my concerns. I informed him that I wasn't going to return to the site. He insisted I did. Said I was a valuable asset to the project. Even offered...
Oh my god, wait, what do you... Oh. What if the construction workers were meant to be an offering? To keep it like that heightened thing, right? To keep the energy there so they could keep doing their experiments? Oh my god. What if they took the construction group there intentionally to use them as human emotional bait, really? Or maybe not even bait, just an offering in general. Oh god.
me a substantial raise and wanted...
Also, if they were still doing the thought forms prior to this, right? They were still working on the thought form stuff, then bringing in humans and making, like just letting them be there without any knowledge of what's going on, having them on the site with their heightened natural human emotions when they see things that they're not supposed to see or that they aren't expecting, it's gonna get spooky. And then they could use the energy that the men brought with their terror to make more thought forms. Oh my fucking god.
Me to lead a specifically organized team that would
What
clear
if-
the tunnels of artifacts before excavation would continue.
Big brain happening.
I, quote unquote, could be responsible for the biggest historical finding of all time, he said. I refuse again. I won't put a price on my sanity or my health, especially after seeing what was happening to the crew.
Now loading.
Good for him.
Morally GREYLOCK
Although it sounds
event,
like he-
Group C,
he's going a little
survivor
fucking
data.
crazy.
Profile for patient B35.
Sounds like he's going a little crazy anyway. Let's go back just slightly, sorry.
I won't put a price on my sanity or my health, especially after seeing what was happening to the crew.
Now loading. Morally GREYLOCK event, Group C, survivor data. Profile for patient B3590. Rockford, Thomas. Malformations. Notes. Communicative. Patient prone to spontaneous violent outbursts. Treatment of heavy sedation recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading. Profile for patient. B9231. Washington, Samuel. Malformations.
It says taken. Did you see that? Wait, let's go back. Not that far. Here.
Now loading. Morally GREYLOCK event, Group C.
Morelli Greylock event. Survivors. Group C.
Survivor data.
Pre-classification.
Profile for patient.
Taken 1986.
B3590. Rockford, Thomas. Malformations.
Taken April 3rd, 1987. So, is this supposed to be his thought form then? Like, previously, that's the real person. This is the thought form?
Notes. Communicative. Patient prone to spontaneous violent outbursts. Treatment of heavy sedation recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading. Profile for patient. B9231. Washington, Samuel. Malformations. Notes.
Oh my
Communicative.
god.
Patient suffers from constant state of severe paranoia and delusions, resulting in unpredictable violent outbursts. Standard treatment ineffective. High-dose xylazine is recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom.
Oh my god.
Now loading. Profile for patient. B6670. Herrera, Ramon. Malformations. Notes.
Jesus. So it seems like it takes about a year, yeah? Because most of them are, 1980. Oh, this one's 1987 too. But this one previous was 1986. And this one previous was 1986. So yeah, it seems like it's taking about a year.
Application to projectile vomit at any staff in area.
Projectile
Patient's
vomit.
vomit is extremely corrosive and emits nerve gas.
God,
All
okay.
treatments ineffective. Studies must be conducted with full anti-corrosive gear and air purifying respirator equipped on all staff involved. Now loading. Profile for patient. B8816. Fleming, Charles. Malformations. Notes. Uncommunicative. Warning. Patient will
I
attack
don't
on
like
sight.
it. Imagine
Do
seeing
not
that
interact.
outside your window.
Immunity
you know?
to pain. Patient exhibits cannibalistic tendencies. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B4041. Oakhurst, Scott. Malformations.
They've steadily gotten worse. Oh,
Notes.
yep, there it is.
Communicative.
Oh, God.
Communicate with caution. Warning, patient actively pretends to be benevolent and friendly. Strong homicidal and cannibalistic tendencies.
I want to know how they like did this. How did they make it look like this? Like it was glitching so effort. It looks so real. How did they do it? I need to
Partially
know.
consumed 6 staff
That's so
members on
cool.
April 6, 87. Patient laughed hysterically during the attack. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia or permanent restraint for further study recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B7992. Kowalski, Edward. Malformations.
Oh,
Notes.
Jesus.
Communicative. Hazardous. Warning, patient possesses inhuman power of suggestion and influence over others.
Uh-oh.
Do not interact.
Oh, God. Now that looks like a whodunit. That looks like a whodunit for sure.
Treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended.
That's me.
Now
No,
loading.
it's not. It's not you. Don't
Profile for
worry.
patient. B1584. Rafferty, John. Malformations. Notes. Uncommunicative. Hazardous. Patient appears to be deceased. No vital signs. Patient's body not decomposing. Warning, staff have become ill after even brief time spent in patient's room. Illness disregards protective suiting. Immediate quarantine required for all victims. Mortality rate post-exposure currently 92%.
Yeah, so it seems like it's getting more extreme. Which, is it because people are getting more and more afraid? Or is this prior to, like, I don't remember what year the outbreak happened, right? Where they were like, "Hey, stay in your homes." When did that come out? I don't remember what they said on the video if they did. Crimson says, "What if crazy theory? There isn't a second body made by the thought forms. It's just the person as they go insane and they tear themselves apart." That's an interesting thought. I mean, again, there was like at least in this story, there was a group um actively investigating this, a sector of the government, you might say, that was like investigating thought forms, and they knew that you could create thought forms, which are like essentially ghosts, or they become more and more real the more you manifest them. Burn them all with fire. I know, right? That one was apparently dead. No vital signs. So, yeah, it's definitely getting more extreme. That is an interesting theory, though. Like, again, that goes back to what I was thinking previously, where I was like, well, what if the thought forms aren't doing anything? What, you could be right, Crimson, where the thought forms don't do anything. They aren't problematic. They're not, trying to do anything dastardly. They're just there, and they manifest as what you get afraid of, but you are the one actively doing the thing still. Or like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's watch.
Survivors subject to rapid physical and mental malformations. All treatment.
I do love the conspiracies, though. I love it. Anyone who has an idea or something they want to share, feel free. I think it's all interesting. It's all fun.
It's ineffective. Immediate remote euthanasia
Glad there's no
recommended.
jump scares right now.
I consider myself incredibly lucky to not be in that condition right now. Oddly, he quickly accepted my second refusal, wished me luck in my future endeavors, but before I could say anything else, he'd hung up. But it seemed I'd made the right choice. I heard something awful happened up at Mount GREYLOCK, and then simultaneously, there were all of these things that had been happening.
Okay, so it was Mount GREYLOCK. The construction workers went there to work for the company. to build something, but they never said what they wanted to build. So again, did the company or the government really send them there to be that, like, the thought form creators, right? Were they sent there to be that, or to be literally murdered? Were they sent there, just to be used as a experiment?
Around the
Part of
mountain,
it?
the home invasions, the dead bodies that fell from the sky over Cheshire, the pregnancy phenomena, so many other unexplainable things. They all must be related, and I've been trying to figure out how.
Well, Crimson's
I've
right.
connected with a local investigator.
It does always
I've
go
been
back to
trying
this
to get to the
mountain.
bottom of this. I've shared with him everything I have, though I feel that I've been being watched. I feel a looming threat that I can't really explain. Would the government really send someone to kill me over this? I feel like I'm paranoid, like I've lost some of my mind. But I came home from the grocery store the other day, and my front door was unlocked, and I know I had locked it before I left. I scanned my entire house for traces of anything, but found nothing out of the ordinary. I even checked and replaced all of the light bulbs. Oh, God. Saying it out loud like this, it makes me realize how crazy I sound. I've always been a rational man. There's a logical explanation behind everything. Well, I'm glad that I put all of this into a recording.
Yeah, we are
Perhaps that
too.
was what I needed to snap me out of this. Honestly, I feel much better just talking about it. This can't be.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I don't know what was happening. I had to sneeze. Let's go back slightly. Thanks.
Honestly, I feel much better just talking about it.
His door opened. Oh.
This can't be. Oh my God, that's the basement door. No, 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 no.
No, not the basement. It's always the fucking basement, isn't it?
Camcorder. Oh, where's the damn camcorder? There it is. Thank God.
Are we gonna see it? Show us.
They're here. I'm inside my bedroom closet. I'm going to keep the tape recorder running, and I'm hiding in here with my files. If something happens to me, and you find any tapes or files somehow, please bring it to the investigator, Jim Malcolm from North Adams. That goes for this video footage as well.
Oh God. He should not have been talking. If it's a thought form, right? The way that, like, it manifests as your fear, then wouldn't your fear be that they find you in the closet and bam, it happens? You gotta, like, do some Zen activity and be afraid of ice cream for a hot second or something. Mind over matter, mind over matter. That's fucked. That's so fucked. So they're trying to coax you out. Like, they're literally trying to coax him out. And he's gone more and more crazy. I'm so glad he got it onto tape before he met his demise, if he did, which it seems like he's about to. What are we doing? Okay, I mean, yes, this would be absolutely terrifying, but I guess he doesn't know anything, right? So they didn't ever mention anything to the construction workers. They just told them, hey, go there, build this thing, right? So he doesn't actually know anything. He just thinks he's going crazy. Okay, when we read about each of these people, some of them had different things that they did. This one's like whistling and, you know, making itself sound like other people who are in distress. So at the end of this, we should go back and look at which one did that.
Come on out, it's the police.
Oh! Holy shit. Oh my god, I have a question. Is it mimicking people it's already taken over? The giggle, the police officer, etc. What if it's saying exactly what it heard people say before it, you know what I mean? I got myself a little blankie. A whoopee, some might say. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna make it like a little cozy tent. I'm scared. I'm spooked. Get in my cozy tent, everybody. Everybody in. In. Get in here. Let's go. Huddle, huddle. A huddle cuddle. A cuddle puddle. A huddle puddle. Ooh, I like that. A huddle puddle. Cute. Okay. We're good. We're in. Number 9. Trojan technology.
Accessing GBS properties. 101 WRAV FM.
We are getting close to the sleep stream.
Date of broadcast December 13th, 1963. Segment announcement of the National Access Initiative. Beginning playback.
In one of his first acts after his historic succession, President Lyndon B. Johnson's administration has announced an upcoming program that will revolutionize communication and bring critical home electronics into every American household. The National Access Initiative, as it's been named, is a program designed to ensure that all citizens have equal access to vital communication tools and ways to stay informed, fostering connectivity, security, and unity across the nation. Under this groundbreaking initiative, eligible American households will receive packages containing a myriad of electronics so that citizens may stay properly engaged with one another and remain knowledgeable regarding important events.
That's a
the
terrible
electronics
idea.
such as telephones, televisions, and radios.
No
These
way.
packages will also include items aimed at keeping families safe, with devices
Sure.
such as smoke alarms, burglar alarms, and even flashlights.
What if they could? Okay, I'm sorry. Who is sending these out? Who is sending this stuff out right now? Because if it's that one group, right? Let's see what they said really quick.
Date of broadcast initiative. Beginning playback.
In one of his first acts after his historic succession, President Lyndon B. Johnson's administration has announced an upcoming program that will revolutionize communication and bring critical home electronics.
Okay, so Lyndon B. Johnson. I see. Okay, well that's not as ominous, right? That seems problematic. But I could see how. Oh God, I keep forgetting. What is it? Cineodyne?
Electronics
I could see how they could literally like tune in. If every American has it and it's like part of the government, what if they're like, "Oh, this is." Well, that is true. I do agree, but I just mean I doubt like that part isn't scary. I thought it was going to be like this specific company that's like, "Oh, take all of our stuff, our electronics. You'll totally be safe." But then, you know, they're watching you. And it's like that's where I think this is going to go. I have a feeling that it's like, oh, everybody has these electronics? Well, it's a matter of, you know, social security or you know, the whole everyone's security. Even other countries potentially. If these thought things get out, then they're like, "Oh yeah, well, we just have to like keep an eye. What if we see one? What if you're a thought form?" But then they could be watching you all the time and they could just randomly decide you are a thought form. What's to stop them from coming in to your house and being like, "Oh, you're a thought form, come with us." You know? I could just see how this would get very bad very quickly.
To every American household. The National Access Initiative, as it's been named, is a program designed to ensure that all citizens have equal access to vital communication tools and ways to stay informed, fostering connectivity, security, and unity across the nation. Under this groundbreaking initiative, eligible American households will receive packages containing a myriad of electronics so that citizens may stay properly engaged with one another and remain knowledgeable regarding important events. Electronics such as telephones, televisions, and radios. These packages will also include items aimed at keeping families safe, with devices such as smoke alarms, burglar alarms, and even flashlights. This era of progress and innovation, it is crucial for every American.
That's true. Everyone gets the same news, so they all think the same thing. I mean, yeah, people can be very gullible. So if everyone's like, hearing about the same thing, a lot of people, even today, just they don't know how to actually assess it with a little bit of common sense and be like, oh, what do I actually think about that? No, they just, we're community beings. So even if we don't want to think like that, people tend to agree with other people if they see them as intelligent. So they're like, oh, if they think that, it must be true. But, a lot of the time, collective thought isn't, great. Okay.
American to have the tools necessary as they navigate the challenges of modern life in an era of ever-increasing
Illuminati eye.
technological dependence.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even see the Illuminati eye. Oh my gosh. You're right. You're right. It is.
These electronics packages are being made available to American households through a partnership with world-renowned technology manufacturer Semiodyne USA.
I fucking knew it. So it is Semiodyne. Semiodyne's like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. Let's do that. I knew you were Crimson. I could tell. But that's okay. Welcome back to the live chat. You are welcome here. Oh shit. That just showed the assassination stuff. Go back. What's happening in this video also? I didn't see anything change, did you?
The technology giant's expertise in creating cutting-edge, revolutionary technologies over the past decades has made them a household name, and their gracious contribution to this initiative ensures that the devices provided will be of the highest quality.
Hi, Stunner Boy.
Further enhancing the experience and benefits for American citizens. When asked for a quote during a press conference earlier this week, President of Semiodyne USA, Percival C. Rothwell, had a lot to say.
The National Access Initiative represents a milestone in our nation's journey towards progress and inclusivity. It's a reflection of the American government and Semiodyne USA's unwavering commitment to empower every American citizen, regardless of age, location, or income, with the tools and resources needed to thrive in the electronic age.
Oh, these are just the videos of people's houses. Now that's fucking ominous. Oh, baby.
The words we speak,
Ain't no way.
the actions we take, will be read, heard, and seen on the instant, and judged in every city and village in America. They are the silent delegates. We cannot see them or hear them, but they are present.
32% of American households still don't have a television in the house. This means they are less informed and are unable to respond to emergencies as quickly or efficiently. A much greater percentage of households have no smoke alarms to alert them in the event of a fire. Perhaps most shocking of all, 29% of Americans don't even have a telephone in their home, meaning they're unable to call for aid or even just contact friends or family members. They are left disconnected.
So their goal is to connect everybody so that they can keep an eye on things? But so where is this going? If they've okay, so it's 1967, right? 1950 or 66 is when the GREYLOCK situation came out, right? They essentially between these 2 years. because that's when all the faces came out, right? So they had all the faces prior, which was 1966. Then 1967, it all fucking went to hell, clearly. Was that a thought form? So, like they said, right? If it's not like it starts out and manifests very um like unclearly. They're not fully manifested. They're not fully their own beings. But then the more that you think about them, the more that you give them power, the more that you know, stress them out, or not stress them out, you be stressed out essentially, the more they manifest, the more they become a solid thought form. Unnatural wrinkles. This one? Oh.
Decades, people of all kinds have wondered
This
what
guy, I
it is
mean,
we're working on at any given time inside Semiodyne. And for
So then, if he were a thought form, right, what would their goal be? To take over every person? To become more manifested so that they are the now like the, you know, rulers of the world essentially?
decades, we've kept it all quite secret. But I'll let you in on a little something.
Oh, yeah. Kennedy didn't go for it. But you assured me he was amenable. Or was that just more of your bullshit? No? He's gonna fucking expose our whole plan for the NII program. The meeting couldn't have gone worse. If that fucking Nick thinks he's gonna expose Semiodyne, he's got another thing coming.
That's the name, Semiodyne.
But we're not the only ones he's pissed off lately. After rejecting Operation Northwoods, and then that executive order involving the Federal Reserve, there are a lot of snakes in the grass. And it's about time that Kennedy got bit.
At Semiodyne USA.
So they took Kennedy out, like in this, at least. Oh my Gideon.
We're building the future. And as the great-great-grandson of our company's founder and its current president, I'll tell you one irrefutable fact, the most important one. All roads lead to connectivity. Without connectivity, we have no future.
I mean,
the more isolated individuals are from one another.
This is a great way of like proposing it too, right? This is exactly what we would go for. We'd be like, "Yes, we need to be connected." Like this even today, this would literally fly. Like every person would be on like, "Yeah, I'm on board. This is what we need. We need more of this. Everyone connected. The government's trying to do a great thing for us." Like we're, you know, we're getting free stuff. Oh no. It's gonna it's
The
fucking
weaker
There we
they
go.
are, the more easily defeated they are, and the less likely they are to see the value of their own lives.
Hey, hon, have you seen the car keys?
Humanity has stood many times at the precipice of extinction. And the only reason we are still here today is because we stood there together. Semiodyne USA is here with you every step of the way.
The NAI program was a trap. They are watching, they are listening, but LBJ, fuck, Semiodyne, I won't be your lab rat anymore. Huh.
We make a promise to continue to support you into the future as well. Whether it's from a lack of infrastructure or a lack of income, no one should be restricted access to potentially life-saving and life-enhancing technology. And this is only the beginning. We have so much more planned so that Americans can all truly be equal in our society. Security, connectivity, accessibility. It is our belief that it is these three factors that make America the best country in the world.
A thought form. A thought. Uh-uh. 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 Ah!
Mr. Rothwell also stated that these monumental
I'm sorry, what the fuck? I genuinely don't know anymore what is happening. So this terrifying to me. Oh my god, what were we talking about earlier? Children with the monster in your closet waiting for you to fall asleep so they could peek out, crawl out. This is what this is. They captured it on a So again, this is supposed to be a home video, right? Of like them watching people's houses to see if they can catch this stuff or like, something. I don't know what. But they're documenting it. Oh my god, it scared me again. And then this, wasn't the actual cult? What the hell? Oh my god, that's so creepy. There's a ton of them too. And look, their faces are all distorted and fucky.
Mr. Rothwell also stated that
I mean, I'm sure part of that is supposed to be like the glitch in it, right? So it's like distorting everything. But yeah,
these monumental benefits won't only be made available to American households, but to police and fire departments, schools, and to small businesses as well. The Johnson administration has stated that while they are going to begin launching this landmark program right away, it will first be made available only in select areas as construction crews from coast to coast prepare to establish important infrastructure that will support the National Access Initiative program.
Important infrastructure. So that it can literally send live feedback 24/7, right? Let me guess. Ain't no fucking way. Nope. Nope. Ah, no. Mm-mm. Yep, no. No. Nope.
Hello?
Don't reply.
Hello?
Don't say something
Somebody
bad.
there?
Kids are fucking dumb. What the fuck?
Where are my glasses?
I'm scared.
Where are you?
I'm over here, Katie.
Oh, there you are. Who are you?
I'm your imaginary friend.
My imaginary friend?
Oh yeah, that's okay, great.
But I didn't imagine him.
You must have, because here I am. You probably just don't remember.
Are you from your doctor's office place that I had to go to?
I think you might be right, Katie.
I can't find my glasses, so I can't really see you.
Oh, they're over here.
How'd you get there?
I noticed they were a little dirty, so I wanted to clean them.
Oh god, oh god, oh boy, ay 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 ay. Am I the only one? Am I the only one who's like, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. This one's actually, no, nope.
For you.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. He cleaned her glasses for her. I mean, that's nice, right? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Chill dude.
Shiny and new now. Here, come get them.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys.
You'll be able to see me.
Oh, thank you. but I still can't really see because my eyes are so bad.
You reach out and I'll put them into your hand. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Don't look.
Just a little bit closer.
Fuck. No,
The
there's.
Johnson administration went on to say that their current projections for a nationwide release are for some time between mid-1966 and early 1967. Citizens will be mailed informational packets regarding the National Access Initiative, including information on how to apply as the program becomes available in their area.
Hello, you've reached Alex Marsh and Tiffany Crisaldi. We're not able to get to the phone, so please leave a message after the tone and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Oh my god. All right. Listen. So we have a couple. Let me see. We have a few more. We have 10, 11, and 12. So we have 20, 22, about 50 minutes ish. Um, about 55 minutes. So we have about an hour left. I think we should leave it on that. Yeah. Woof. Boyo. Well, that's Greylock for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked this, let me know. And then there are a lot of other analog horrors that we can get into. But I think for the first part, this is a good place. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out with me. And yeah, I've had a great time, and I hope you have too. If you are trying to go to bed, then I hope that you have something lined up after this that's really chill. Feel free to go check out my Slime Rancher videos. Those are pretty chill and calm and relaxing. Otherwise, I did a little bit of Stardew Valley with Crimson a couple weeks ago, so if you want to check those out, those will give you some giggles and definitely help you fall asleep. So yeah, just some recommendations to any of you who were like, oh shit, I need to go to bed and now I can't.